guys, Amanda here from FH, Faithfully Homemade, and today I'm going to show you my kindergartners homeschool lessons for day 16. Let's get right into it, starting with phonics. Now, I did not pull out my lesson plans because you've seen them in my other videos, so I figured I didn't need to pull them out. You understand how I do them. If you haven't seen my other videos, then go check out some of my other kindergarten videos, but I'm going to get right into it. So this is his learning binder. And we always do our vowel chart. So we will do our vowel chart today. He will say the sounds and the picture sounds, and we're going to do the back as well, so he can start doing them in out of order. He knows them all, but we'll do that. And we may even practice our consonant sounds, but he knows all of them. So because he's reading now, so but we always practice them. And I showed you the vowel song that we usually do. We usually do A for apple, E for elephant, you know that song. But today I'm going to do the Old MacDonald song. So it goes, Old MacDonald had a farm, so you could do it with the chart, and then what I did is I pulled out, these are Melissa and Doug magnets, okay? These are the animal magnets, and I pulled out the farm animals that match with the vowels. Now this song is an Abeka song, and it goes like this. Now I'm not the best at singing, so bear with me, but it'll be something like this. So, Old MacDonald had a farm, and on that farm he had a cat, with an here and an there, here and there and everywhere and Old MacDonald had a farm, and then you would do it with the E. So, Old MacDonald had a farm, and on his farm he had a hen, with an here and an there, here and there and everywhere and Old MacDonald had a farm, You get the idea, and then you would go on to the pig and the dog and the duck. So I pulled out the magnets because what I thought is we would do the song, I would show him the magnets, and then what he could do is either I could move them, and then I could mix up all of the animals, and then he could put them back. So, okay, which one goes with alright, which one goes with where's oh, yep, the hen. Which one goes with the pig. Which one goes with the dog. Which one goes with the duck. Okay, so I thought he could do that. Then also, one of his art projects that he did for Abeka was this. This is a basically just a farm thing, and it has little paper pieces that go with it, but I thought I would use the magnets since we have them. So then I thought what we would do is I would put this, let me move these out. I would put this down because we're practicing our vowels here. Okay, now this is the picture of the farm. What animal says and then he'd find his magnet. Okay, the dog's in his dog house. What says and he'd find the pig. The pig's in her mud. What says Oh, what did I do? I put the dog in the hen house. Oh my goodness, where's my brain? That's what happens when you have 5 kids. Alright, the hen and then the dog. Anyway, he's going to match them up properly, unlike his mother. And he will say the sounds. So, pig, hen, dog, cat, duck. The duck is in the pond. And then we'll talk about what life is like on a farm. So I thought we would do that. Then I also thought I pulled out my making words cards that I have, and I pulled out the hen. Right now I just have and cards, and I have this in many different ways. You can see it here. And what I thought I would do is we would start with this one that's missing the vowel. Okay, and then he could use his magnet letters, and he's going to make hen. It's missing the vowel. Then I'll take that one away, and I'll say, all right, Now, here's hen again. What's the beginning sound? And he'd find the H, and he'll put an H magnet on there. And then, okay, what's the ending sound in hen? He'll put the N on there. And then we'll do the whole thing together. I don't have all my magnets out, but you get the idea. So I figured we do hen, and then we could do the same thing. I have the a words, and so I figured we would do cat as well. And so I am making more of these, by the way. Anything you see that I've made, I'll leave links below where you can download them. Okay, then, since we were doing farms, I figured I pulled this book out, A Visit to the Farm, and I'm just going to read this book to him because it's way over his level, but I thought it would be fun since it's kind of like a farm theme to read about farms today. So we will do that. Then we're going to do, since we are doing vowels, another thing we're going to do is I pulled out his vowel book. This is a download. I'll leave the link below where you can get it from my website. And this is just practicing vowel sounds. So bug, bug. And he's going to get his magnet letters, and he's going to make bug, bat, bat. And he'll make bat, and then we'll flip the page, and he'll read the next ones. So then he will do cat and dog, which is good because we just did that. And then he will do bus and sun, which are another short U ones. And then he will do web for another short E. So we will do that. Okay, then we are going to work on blends. Now, the first thing I'm going to show you is I just recently made this Learn to Read Level Fluency Path. This is my very first Learn to Read pages that I've made, and basically what it is this is level A. I've made level A, and the first few pages are vowel pages, and I'm going to do one page with him a day. And I am so silly. I put this in here to like keep where my page is. Actually, this is a really good idea if you're looking to keep your page as far as in a binder like this. I just use a clip, and I just clip it on. So he's on, we're on page 3, and I'm going to do one page with him a day. So the first thing he's going to do is he's going to say the sound. So I'm going to point, and he's going to go ah, I, ah. If he does it right, he's going to color in the star. And then this one says trace to get the I to the picture. So I'm going to tell him, okay, what does I say? And he's going to say I. Okay, this is an igloo. Say igloo. And he'll say it, and then he's going to trace it. And by the way, I have these in here with plastic sleeves, so he's going to use a marker. I will leave the link below where you can download these. I made them myself. And if you're interested, another way you could do this is you could cut these into fourths, and then he can just do them like as they can be, you know, and then you can laminate them, and they can use them as cards if you'd rather. But I put them all in a binder because I want him to do one page a day, and he's going to get 4 skills practiced that day. So then he's going to trace the I. And I'm going to tell him this is an inchworm. Say inchworm. Inchworm says eh. And then we're going to play this. Roll and say the sound. So what he does is you just need a dice. And I pulled this dice out because it has numbers instead of the dots. So he's actually matching the number to the amount. So it's kind of math too, but it's really easy math for him. But I just did that. But you can just use a regular dice. And all they do is they roll it. And okay, he got a 1. So he's going to say, all right, say the sound. He's going to say apple. All right, roll it again. Okay, this time you got a 6. You got a 6. 6 means you did a good job, so you get to color it in. So he's just going to color in the star. Then he'll roll it again. Oh, you got a 1 again. That's okay. You get more practice. A says apple. All right, do it again. 6 again. Okay, you get to color it again. Anyway, you have him keep doing it. 4. Okay, good. We got a different one. 4 says ostrich. So you get the idea. So we will do that, and then we'll do page 4 tomorrow. But anyway, I'm going to do one of these with him every day. First few pages are vowels, and then it gets into blends. And the reason I pulled this out to show you as well is because once we get to our blends...
Look, I colored it. Look, I colored it.
Yeah, you colored it. We were playing around. He hasn't gotten to this page yet officially, but we were playing around with it. And let's see. So the way we do our blends is there's a 3-step method. So it's the dots show them that there's one sound for each of the letters to segment the sounds out, and then the arrow tells them we're going to hold the sounds and stretch them, or basically blend them together. So he's going to go t, ta, and then the last step is to say the whole blend. Ta. Then he'll do the next one. T, a, ta, ta, t, I, t, 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 a, ta, ta, t, a, ta, ta. And then once he gets really good at them, he can do the blend song, and it goes ta, ta, ti, ta, 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 ti, ta, 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 ti, ta, ta. I know my blends and so do you. All right, so anyways, we haven't gotten to this page officially yet. We're still over here because I just made these, so we're still over here. So he's gonna do this page today. And then what he'll do to practice his blends is I also have this blend and words book from Becca, and we're gonna go to the T page because you're going to see that today he is supposed to do letter T for his handwriting. So I just figured we'd do the T blends. And he's going to go up the ladder and then down it. So he'll do t, a, ta, ta, t, a, ta, ta. And he's going to picture those dots and that arrow that's just telling him what to do. He'll picture it in here. But when we do the other pages that I created, then he can... he'll actually see it. Anyway, once he gets good at it, then he'll read up the ladder. Ta, ta, ti, ta, ta. And then we'll read down. Ta, ta, ti, ta, ta. All right, so we'll do that today. And then I also thought we would practice some sight words finally. He knows some of them, but we need to get going on sight words. So today we're going to practice the. And I pulled out his salt box. And what he's going to do is, I'm going to say, you know, this is the. And he knows this one, I think, already. Actually, I know he knows this one already, but it's good to practice it. And what he's going to do is, in his salt box, it's just a, you know, a school box with salt in it. And I'm going to put the card up there, and I'm going to say the, and then he's going to make the word the. He's going to take his pencil, and he's going to make the word the. E-H-E, the. And he can do it over and over again if he wants. That is the word the. And when I teach them sight words, I always tell them that. Sight words are words that we're not going to sound out. Either we can't sound them out because they don't follow the rules, or we don't sound them out because we're just supposed to memorize them because we see them so much in our work that we don't need to take the time to memorize them when we're reading. We just want to memorize. We don't take the time to sound them out when we're reading. We just want to memorize them. My goodness, what is going on with me today? Anyway, so we're going to do the today. He will do that in his book. By the way, this is just an Becca card. They don't have a whole lot of phonics cards. I wish they did. They have a lot of phonics cards. They don't have a lot of sight word cards. I wish they did. And then what I did is I grabbed this book, and I just put highlighter tape. If you've never seen this before, this is just like removable tape that you can highlight things with. And I highlighted all the word thes in this book, and I picked this book because it had the on almost every page. It had a lot of thes. And it had a cat in it, which I thought was good because we were talking about the farm. And he loves Scooby-Doo. So there are a lot of reasons I picked it. But anyway, as I read it to him, every time I get to the word the, he's going to say it. So I'll read him the title. And I'll say, okay, you say the word when I point. He'll say the. And he can read this word too, cat. And I'll probably read came. And he might be able to sound this word out, back. And then I'll say, okay, now I'm going to read it to you. And every time we get to the, you're going to say the word. The cat came back. Okay, so I'll read Scooby-Doo sat on his mat. And he'll say, the black and orange cat hissed at him. He also, if we get to words that I know he can read, like he can read sat, he can read mat, he can read his, I will have him read some of the words that I know for sure that he can read. But for sure, he's going to at least do the word the every time we get to it. And that just gives him practice seeing it and memorizing it. So we will do that as well. Okay, and then if you look at his, where is it? Here it is. Binder. This is his, binder that he does all his work in. I'm going to go to I think we're on day 16, yes. So like I told you, he has his handwriting for day 16 is the letter T. And I pulled out, like you've seen in my other videos, these large handwriting cards. And he's going to practice starting at the upstairs, going downstairs. Sometimes I just have him do it with his finger if we're running short on time. And then sometimes I give him a dry erase marker and he traces. And we talk about the formation and all that kind of good stuff. So he'll do that, and then after he does that, he will do his handwriting page. All right, this video is getting long, sorry guys. Then after that, since we were working with vowels today, I pulled this page out. This is a short vowel page. This is from my kindergarten pack. I'll leave a link below where you can download these, my literacy and math pack. And all he's going to do is he's going to cut the pictures out and match them up. So he'll glue if it has short A here and if it has short E here. So bat, he'll cut it out and he'll glue it here. And he can color as well. Okay, and then math. So math today in the Abeka book, it said to work on shapes. Now he already knows his shape, but I pulled this out. This is a shape activity. I have a bunch of different learning shapes activities on my website. I'll leave a link for this below as well. He already knows his shapes, but I figured we would play this game because he doesn't know the words, obviously. And so I thought it might be fun just to recognize the words. So I'll have him pick the card and I'll read it to him. Oval, that says oval. Can you find the oval? All right, good job. And I'll tell him what they say. So, you know, I'll have him, you get the idea. So I'll have him pick another one. Square, that says square. Can you find the square? And he has to match them up. Okay, so we'll do all of those. And then after we do that, I also pulled out, these are puzzle pieces from a Melissa and Doug wooden clock that we have. But they also have all the shapes. So I figured we would pull them out and then he can just match them up. So he'll match it up and then he'll say rectangle. And you get the idea. Is there down there? Yeah. He'll match it up and he'll say star. And we'll probably flip them over and not use the number side. We'll probably just use the shape side. So I figured we would do that. And then my other math activity I have out for today is another activity I created. Again, I will leave the link below for this. This is just telling me greater and less than. And I have a whole bunch of cards here. And I just pulled out mostly the ones that had teen numbers because that's what he's working on. And all he's going to do is say, okay, which one? This is 13, this is 16. And these are, and I will show him, this means less than, this means greater than, this is equal to. And I always tell them that pretend this is the mouth of a shark and he wants to eat the bigger number. So he's like chomping, he's going, he's gonna chomp that bigger number. And they'll put the sign, he'll put the sign there because 16 is greater. Now if he's having trouble figuring out which one's greater, I figured he could use these and he would count them out. So 13, he would put 13 of them together. Okay, he'll count them, put 13 in a row, and then he'll put 16 of them in a row, and he'll see which one's taller, which one has more. Okay, and that can actually also be used for just visual discrimination of the numbers, because he'll be able to see that the 16 one is higher. How much more? How much higher is it? And that kind of thing. So we can talk about that if we have time. So I figured we would do that. And then this one, 14 and 14, that's the same. We use this sign. This is called an equal sign when they're the same. And so I'll have him do that activity. If you're interested in this, I will leave a link below where you can download that as well. And then finally we'll get back into his notebook. I have a little bit of graphing here that I put in here. This again is from that same pack that I made on my website. And what he has to do is just shade the graph to show how many. So how many of this shape. And I thought this was good because we were doing shapes today. And so it's going to also bring in data graphing with the shapes that we were doing earlier. So he's going to count how many ovals. 3, so he's going to color up to 3. And then how many triangles? There's 1, so he's going to color up to 1, and so on. Once he gets the graph done, then he's going to answer these questions. Which has the most? And he'll color in which shape had the most, which has the fewest. So he'll color in which shape has the fewest. And then the very last thing we will do is, this is like a social studies page. And we're learning about community helpers, and today is doctors. So doctors help us stay well. We will read through that. He will color. We will talk about what doctors do, and then how we can keep ourselves healthy so we don't have to see the doctor. So we'll read the back of that and we'll talk about it, and that will be it. Boy, sorry this video was so long today, guys. I hope that was helpful for you though. All right, talk to you next time.